I'm Maria Antokas, and you are watching Core Finance. Core Finance is a series produced with OCN that helps the financially challenged develop better personal finance skills. Good financial habits are important to overall financial health. For example, reconciling your checking account regularly is a good financial habit. Putting money into your savings account on a consistent basis is a good financial habit. Sticking to a budget is a good financial habit. But here's a well-known secret. Most people don't have good financial habits. In fact, these bad financial habits are leading to all-time highs in consumer debt, especially credit card debt, according to the Federal Reserve. You might be asking, how is that affecting you? The more debt our nation takes on, the higher probability of default. And we remember the last time this happened. In 2008, we had one of the country's worst financial crises that affected every American who was trying to save for retirement, or owned a house, or hanging by a thread to keep their jobs and businesses. Can we attribute this to bad financial habits? Yes, and at many levels. Even if we can't control the banks, professional investors, or credit agencies that carelessly lead us into the last economic debacle, we can control ourselves. Here's how. We can look at two ways to keep us from sinking into the quicksand of debt. The first is knowing your net cash flow, and the second is breaking bad habits. Your cash flow is made up of two parts: your cash inflows and your cash outflows. Your cash inflows are the sum of all your income streams, less taxes. The amount is called your disposable income. The other side of the equation is your cash outflows. This consists of all your expenses. It is standard to practice to monitor all of these numbers on a monthly basis. To get your cash outflows, you have to turn into the mighty hunter and track. You can do this manually in a little notebook, the old-fashioned way, or on an Excel spreadsheet, or on an app. Every time you spend money, jot it down. At the end of the month, add up all your expenses. Include any annual or quarterly bills by dividing those amounts into a monthly basis to take them into account. Now, subtract your monthly disposable income from the total of all your monthly expenses. And voila, you have your net cash flow. Hopefully, it's good news and your net cash flow is a positive number. If not, then we have some work to do. Go back to your expenses and see where you can cut. Did you have to go out to dinner every week? Did you really need that new pair of shoes? Bad habits can start at any time and continue on and on like a never-ending loop. Unless you recognize them and break the cycle, you lose control, and before you know it, your financial health deteriorates. Spending more than you earn is a bad habit. The first step to curing it is to finding ways to cut your expenses. Try this. Develop a series of questions that you can ask yourself right before you buy something. For example, do I really need it? That's what I always ask myself as I'm just about to buy another little black dress. Or, how often will I use it? My standard question when I'm about to buy something unique like almond paste for a recipe that I will make once a year. Or, can I find it cheaper? Or what if you just sleep on it before you buy it? Will it be as imperative to have tomorrow? Replace your bad spending habits with good habits. Figure out what causes you to spend and replace it with something else. If you like to shop because it gets you out of the house, go for a walk instead. If you like the thought of rewarding yourself with a gift for getting out of the house, go to the library and take out a book and put it in a bag. As Orthodox Christians, we are taught to resist temptations like Christ did after he walked out of the desert. But in today's society, temptation is everywhere, clouding our good judgment and luring us into debt. Don't be enticed by instant gratification. Be like Christ and resist the temptation for material rewards and wait. Keep checking your net cash flow and pray that it's in a positive, good position. If not, think of other routines and rewards like taking walks, losing a few pounds, and getting healthier. What could be more important than health? Rid yourself of those bad spending habits that can keep you from reaching your financial goals. This is Maria Antokas, hoping you keep strong in your faith and strong in your core financial knowledge.